Alright guys, I am on the way into my old neighborhood from when I was a kid. Woodland Road, if you can see that. And made a deal with a guy on next door to pick up some D&D, which for those of you not in the know, are Dungeons & Dragons books. The Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, Fiend Folio, and Dungeon Master Guide. So, whoa, this neighborhood's changed a lot. I'll have to take a spin by the old house and show that to you. Anyway, I'll let you know what comes up. I've got a deal right now for 50 bucks, and I think I'm going to be able to get a couple hundred out of the books. If they're first edition, I'm going to get way more. I'm at the house just about ready to go in. Give you a shot here. That'd be it. And I used to live right back that away, like 2 houses. We'll go check that out in a minute after I'm done here. Okay, I just got out of Greg's house. That's where I bought the D&D stuff, and I'm on my way to see my old house. Guys, total score. Greg was super cool. He gave me all of his books, modules, like the Dungeon Master screen, his old comics, his dice, everything that he had for 50 bucks, which I think is an amazing deal. We'll look at it at home, but I'm going to run you by my house. It's going to be a little weird because there's a guy out right now with a snowblower on the driveway, and I'm going to film it, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, the old house is where there's snow blowing right here, so it's this one right there. 4829 Hamilton. We'll see if we can film without this guy watching. It's awkward. Hey buddy, it's my old house. That's where I grew up. Through the magic of video, we're now gonna open this Dungeons and Dragons box. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it is at least a week and a half later. I've been buried in stuff to do with eBay. Look at all this stuff over here. You can see that in some other videos. But getting back to what we've got going on here, the D&D. And for those of you nerdy enough to know what D&D is short for Dungeons and Dragons, get ready to dive in here. I've not opened this box. I'm going to be going through this the first time with you. I did see a few of the things when the guy had the posting up for sale, and I took a look and just made sure there was all 4 books in here. Beyond that, I have no idea what we're going to find, so let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sweet. All right. Looks like this is the basic set. I do remember this from back in the day. I think this came with, I'm trying to see. It came with dice. It had the basic introductory module, and then it had some directions. This feels heavy. I think there's some figurines in here. Hold up. Let's see. Yep, a whole bunch of guys. Look at this troll. That's cool. Bunch of guys that might be worth a little bit of dough. They are painted. Most of them, anyway. These things were so hard to paint, too. We always thought we were going to do this great job on them. If you guys ever painted these, here's the dice too. Got like a 20-sided, 12-sided, 4-sided, an 8-sided, and a 6. Basically enough to play the game. Plus there's two sixers actually. And then, yeah, a bunch of figurines in here, which is cool. So we'll have to go through those. I'm not going to do that now. And get that out of the way. There's some Green Bay Packer stuff, which we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is our arch rival. Well, the Chicago Bears are the Green Bay Packers' biggest rival, but we're second. Anyway, here's a guidebook from 1975, a 1981 yearbook. Who was on that cover? Don't recognize either of those guys. Anyway, we'll look those up to see if they're worth anything. Ooh, look here too, some comics. Oh, these are kind of cool. Let's see what we got. It's like Sergeant Rock. Super manly stuff. Well, look at him. He's a freaking badass. The Fight Marines, Unknown Soldier. I don't know what that one is. World at War, Sergeant Fury, GI Combat. Okay, you get the idea. So a bunch of comics in here. We'll have to look some of these up. See what they're worth. Oh, these are cool. Huh. Never even seen these before. It's called Claw Law. It's D&D stuff, I believe. So there's attack tables right here. Let me turn this. It looks like different. Oh, look at this. So there's like a bighorn sheep, which if you guys play this game and you always be like, oh, I could easily kill a bear with a sword or a sheep or whatever. If you saw one of these things in real life and this guy came running at you like 35 miles an hour and you had a sword, you would probably freak out and run away. This thing would mess you up bad. Here you go. You've got martial arts, striking tables. What else we got? Just all sorts of cool stuff. And then here's Ice Spell Law, which again, these are just add-ons. This universe of this stuff is gigantic, as you know. It's kind of like what Star Wars is now, where everything's added on, and there's all this lore and the canon and all the books and all the fan stuff. So it's crazy what people have come. Ooh, look at this too. What they've come up with. Dragon Magazine, you guys. Okay, these are super nerdy but super cool. He's always had really good artwork in him. And then, oh, there's another one here like this. Especially when you're like 10, 12, 13, these super hot girls in them, which we always love. And then the cool monsters too. But these things can be worth quite a bit of money too. I'll have to look some of these up. There's at least 2 of them here. Issue appropriately numbered. Number 63, number 58. This is a nice one. Oh, cool. I actually remember this cover. That's number 68. And then we've got number 57. So it probably doesn't mean much to me right now. Probably not you either. But we do have some kind of cool stuff there. We'll take a peek and see what we've got. Here's a portfolio. So this is like all the guy's notes. Look at this. Level 1 and 2 world. It's like a dungeon map underneath here. Look at this. You used to have to draw these out, right? Because you had no idea where you were. So you draw as you went along and then like do room numbers and all this stuff. He's probably got, here's more arms law. Look at this one. Oh, this is a major score, you guys. I have no idea what all this stuff is worth. Again, I paid $50 for it. Here's another cool folder. And I know I've got at least $50 worth of books. I mean, more than that, like $250, possibly $300, depending, because they're all second edition. Another deal too. This might be the original. This might be the original module that came with this. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at that. And then here's Lara's Tower. Oh, that looks pretty serious. I don't know if she's supposed to be tough or cute. I'm not sure. Approved for use with advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So that begs the question, because I always thought this one was a kid too. Was there a not advanced version? Was there this like, oh, this is just the basic version for all you people who don't want to get super geeked out and deep into this stuff? But anyway, I digress. Hexagonal mapping booklet. We've got this guy here. Yeah, these guys are kind of cool. I don't know if they're elves. Oh, so this is just, yeah. If you're on an adventure, you can kind of map your way along and draw it out. And then the Rogues Gallery. I remember this thing too. This is super cool. What is that guy called? Owlbear? I think that's what the guy on the right is. I'd have to look it up. Those things are super tough and hard to kill when especially when you're lower level. All right, moving right along. Looks like we've got more stuff from, more level guides from all these notes. This guy was meticulous. This is pretty crazy. All these different levels. He's got all these notes. Wonder if he went back and read these, if he'd remembered doing this. It's pretty crazy. I hope I find some of his characters too. Like our characters when we were kids, we always gave him like, we said we rolled fair, but like you're supposed to roll like, grab a 20-sided dice like this. And you go like, all right, for strength you get a, what does that say? 8. Oh, no. I can't have 8 for strength. So you roll again. Oh, it's much better. You got like a 5 or 15 or whatever. So we'd always kind of, air quotes, cheat. You don't want to have a crappy guy. But here's like this guy. Here's one of his characters. Strength 18, wisdom 14, intelligence 13, constitution 16, dexterity 16. Like to get all those rolls in the multiple double digits, probably never happened. Now you can boost that stuff up through, wearing like gauntlets and doing all this other stuff and experience and whatnot, but we won't dive that deep into it. I'm just saying highly unlikely. Oh, another dungeon. This is cool. gosh, this is all this stuff. It's so detailed too. You can read some of that. You can pause your video and read that if you want. And then the piece de la resistance, guys. This is the books. So we've got the Monster Manual, which is killer. That's in super good shape. Player's Handbook, not quite as much. You can see some of the wear along here. I did kind of know that going in. It's really the worst of the books by far and away. Dungeon Master's Guide. This thing is super nice too. And again, let me see if I can open this guy up and show you. These are super vintage, 1979. Let's see what we got on the Player's Handbook. 78 for the Player's Handbook. And what we got here? 77, 78 on the Monster Manual. Look at this guy. He just totally, he's going to eat that guy's horse. And last but not least, this is exciting. I wish there was another book that came with this, but check this out. Fiend Folio. So this is a little bit more rare. The one that I was really hoping that they had was Deities and Demigods, which is worth, again, 75 bucks, 90 bucks just for that if it's in good condition. This one's cool too. This book alone should almost pay for this whole lot. So I'm way to the good. It's fun to go through. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video and get a little kick out of it as well. And let's see, this one is 1981. I'd have to look and see when Deities and Demigods came out. I think that might have been later. But they've got a bunch of cool stuff in here too. I remember we used to get like a bunch of wishes and wish these really cool guys like liches and things to show up in front of us. And then we, of course, would have a Vorpal sword and we'd cut their head off and take all their treasure. All right, pretty nerdy, but yeah, we were pretty nerdy back in the day. All right, here we are a couple days later. I got all the stuff listed. The Monster Manual first on day one. Then I did the Dungeon Master Guide, Fiend Folio, Player's Handbook, and everything else. Look at it. Hi, who's this? Well, hi, Gretchen.
Hi.
What are you doing? Making cookies for your little friends
Yes.
at the bins?
Yes.
Gretchen's on her way to the bins. Little sidebar comment there. Rock and roll.
Are you
Anyway,
still talking about your D&D?
I am. I'm nerdy now.
He's
You
a
know
total
what?
nerd.
You are in love with a nerd.
Nerd. Nerd alert.
Anyway, I got everything listed, and I think the overall value is around 500 bucks. Again, I've got 50 bucks into this whole deal, and I did already have a sale within 24 hours. It was under 24 hours, actually. You want to take a guess at which book went first? Not the one I thought. Not the one I thought. It was the Fiend Folio. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I know. The artwork is just awesome. I did spend like a week and a half kind of thinking I might keep some of these books. I don't know.
Nerd.
Yeah, it's,
Nerd.
you know what? Because it's like reliving your childhood. The art is super cool, in all honesty. Gretchen, you can appreciate that being an artist. And, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's part of your childhood, and I have good memories of it, and I guess I got to move on. Maybe I'll just take pictures of it and live with it that way. So yesterday, as you recall, I was telling you guys how I sold Fiend Folio. First book I listed sold within 24 hours. I was just about to be done with this video, and I woke up this morning and 2 more of the books sold. So here they are in order. First one was the Player's Handbook. This one, you can probably see on the cover, is not in the greatest shape. It's a little bit damaged. Had that one listed at $49.99 plus shipping. Somebody bought that, I want to say like 1 a.m. So they may be doing a few beers or whatever. I'm in the central time zone, so I guess it could have been somebody on the East Coast right before they went to bed. Or the West Coast, for that matter. And then got up this morning as I was celebrating that book sale. And all of a sudden I get the cha-ching, and the third book sold already, and it is the Big Daddy Dungeon Master's Guide. Now this one is a first revision. It's the Advanced D&D, but it's a super early book from 79, and it's in absolutely mint condition. So that thing sold for $150 straight out, no haggling or anything, and they also paid for shipping. So I got to get a shot of these and do a cover thumbnail for this video and get it out. So that's what I'm going to go do now.